completely different. Now we're done with isbagh. But I put this in the category of isbagh, even though typically it's not talked about in the category of isbagh. This is called the sunnatul wudu, or also known as the tahiyyatul wudu, which is praying right after you do wudu, praying 2 rakas or 4 rakas. Do you know the story behind it? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam called Bilal one time during a Fajr Salah, and he asked Bilal, "Oh Bilal, tell me, what is it that you do that I saw in my dream? I saw you ahead of me in Jannah." Bilal radiallahu anhu, Bilal ibn Rabah, his mu'adhin, Sahabi al-Jaleel radiallahu anhu. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw him, and the dreams of the prophets are true, which means Bilal is in Jannah. Even though he's not called out in the Ashara Mubashara, he's in Jannah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw him in Jannah ahead of him, with his, some narrations say, with his footsteps, sounds of his footsteps. He heard that sound. He said, "Tell me, what is it that you do that you're ahead of me in Jannah?" And Bilal radiallahu anh, he's so shy. He's like, "Rasulullah, there's nothing that I can think of that I do. There's nothing significant that I do. The only thing that I can think of is إِلَّا صَلَّيْتُ بِذَلِكَ الطُّهُورِ, that I do the wudu and then I pray while I'm in that condition." This narration that I have doesn't specify. So some narrations say he prayed 2 rakas after he did the wudu. So that is called sunnatul wudu, praying right after you do wudu, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to do that. This is Hadith Bukhari. So the scholars say, all the schools agree that this sunnah is, you can do it separately as a separate sunnah of wudu, or it's also considered when you combine it with Tahiyyat al-Masjid. You can do Tahiyyat al-Masjid and sunnah of wudu, and you can have the same niyyah for both. You can combine it with that, or you can combine it with the sunnah before the salah. You know how we're supposed to pray 2 sunnahs before most of the prayers except Asr prayer? You can do that, and then you can combine your niyyah, because this is your sunnah of wudu and Tahiyyat al-Masjid, and it is the salah before the fard salah, the sunnah before the fard salah. So you can do that, and it doesn't specify how many rakas you need to make, so you can make 2 or you can make 4, and as many as you want. And this is the 2 rakas. And let's go back now to our second session of wudu, where we talked about the wudu of Uthman radiallahu anh, when Humran saw him doing Uthman. Toward the end, what did he say? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, ثُمَّ قَالَ رَأَيْتُ النَّبِي sallallahu alayhi wasallam, I saw Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam do wudu similar to the wudu that you saw me doing, Humran. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "Man tawadda'a nahwa wudu'i hada," that whoever does this perfect kind of wudu like I did, ثُمَّ صَلَّى رَكَتَيْنِ, then he prayed 2 rakas right after the wudu. لَا يُحَدِّثُ فِيهِمَا نَفْسَهُ, his attention is in the salah. He's not thinking about his job or what he's doing and what show he was watching on his phone or TikTok video, whatever. His focus is the salah. غَفَرَ اللَّهُ لَهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِهِ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says he will, all his sins that he did before are forgiven. And last hadith that we will do inshallah before we end, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Hadith Abu Dawood, مَا مِنْ أَحَدٍ يَتَوَضَّأُ فَيُحْسِنُ الْوُضُوء وَيُصَلِّي رَكْعَتَيْنِ, that there's not among any of you who does the perfect wudu, the isbagh al-wudu, and he prays 2 rakah right after, يُقْبِلُ بِقَلْبِهِ وَوَجْهِهِ عَلَيْهِمَا, that in those 2 rakahs, his heart and his face are focused on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Are focused, like he is khushu', he's praying with immense focus in the salah, he's not distracted. إِلَّا وَجَبَتْ لَهُ جَنَّةً, that Jannah becomes guaranteed for him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from among them. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله ولي ولكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وأشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت وأستغفرك وأتوب إليك.